Hello, this is Ubegi here, and this is for 3.26 preparation. Um, I'm gonna make this short. I'm not gonna prepare at all. What you see here is just a rough idea of playing around with some elementalist stuff because I want to really make golems work. I've wanted to make a permanent minion build for a very long time, and yeah, finally golems are strong again, somewhat strong again, and all the minion memes no longer applicable because minions have been so bad for so long. But here we go. The other reason for that is why I'm not prepping too hard is I'm not actually going to be able to start during league start. So I'm only going to start 12 hours in, okay? I'm maybe only going to start 12 hours. Maybe I'll get 1 or 2 hours of playtime, close to maybe 2 or 3 hours from start point. But after that, I only get to really continue 12 hours in because I have some work to do on Saturday. Not really work, but so bunch of updates. Personal life, I actually finally got my house. So a lot of the preparation for renovation and all that is being done. We're gonna start work around this time. So we'll pretty much wired money over to the interior designer. And so we're meeting up with the interior designer to do some last minute tinkering and fixing of stuff, working out the ideas. But basically, I won't be around on Saturday morning. Probably only be around Saturday afternoon, and that's probably after my daughter goes to sleep. So, and then after she goes to sleep, I maybe have about 3 hours of 2 or 3 hours of playtime, and then she wakes up. Yeah. So just telling you, I don't really have a lot of time for day one. So my day one is probably gonna be only I'm only really gonna get into day one when it's day two. So that puts me at a kind of a disadvantage. I'm not going to be able to afford the same amount of stuff at the same times as everyone else. And so for me, coming up rather deciding a league starter is not so much about how strong it is, but it's about how many people are playing it and how inaccessible the items will be when I get to that point. And the reason why I'm looking at Elementalist is I think there are a lot of opportunities here because you can just kind of pivot to multiple builds. You can do pure minions, you can do ignite, you can even do cold dot actually because of the dot minions. And then if you really in the super late game, you can actually go in full necro. You can also go into what was it called again? Bama. Bama's like really good this league because of the some of the mods on quivers. And then with recombinators, with fracturing, you should be able to get a pretty good Bama setup up. So there's a lot of options available if you run this. Defenses, however, are probably not as easy to fix. So it's not gonna be like left side here, endurance charges, all that. So unless you like pivot, so you just do a lot of endurance charge here, and then you try to get a roller catch or something. But I would think, you don't really get you don't really get to capitalize a lot of the defenses. You know, like personally speaking, if you want me to build a tanky character, it will be at this side. It will be getting endurance charges, get some suppression nodes, and then get 100% suppression with endurance charges, and you'll be tanky. So probably champion, or berserker with some fortify, and yeah. Anyway, so yeah, now that you know my situation, just letting you know, I will probably start and then wing it. I don't have a PRB in mind. I don't have a build in mind. I will just start Elementalist and see how it goes and where it takes me. It might fall completely flat, right? Because this is like new ground for me. And I might sit at it and struggle with it for a while and eventually come up with a solution. But if I don't come up with a solution, I might have to pivot to another build or another archetype or another class. So yeah, no promises. Okay, if you want to build any of the stuff I did in 3.25, there hasn't been much. If you look at 3.25 patch notes and compared to 3.26, not much has really changed. The meta is going to stay, like what was strong previously is still going to stay strong. No big shakeups in the meta, unfortunately. So the dual strike and the dexterity duelist, or rather gladiator, is still going to be okay. The Juggernaut Multi-Strike Zenith budget setup is going to be okay. It's not really a budget setup. Okay, trauma stacking Multi-Strike Zenith is still going to be okay. Flamewood Totems Hyro is actually going to be really strong, but it's just a playstyle not everyone's going to be like comfortable with. So I wouldn't advise you do that. But it did Ruthless Ubers, so just saying, it's good. It's just, I don't know. It really depends on whether or not Swalin's coming back too. I think it does, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so this is my plan so far. Just Elementalist, maybe in the Necro, we'll see. I think Occultist is some interesting. No, actually, no. This doesn't have. So yeah, Elementalist has a lot of interesting nodes you can steal and put on a Necro, and vice versa. So, yeah. All right. What else is there? Yeah. Okay. This is another thing. I'm not that keen on PoE 1. I do like the fact that they brought pause in because it kind of fits my lifestyle now. I a lot of times I can't just play continuously and not pause the game. I have to stop to talk to people, my wife, my kid, and sometimes things need my attention. I have to drop everything, right? So just saying, great that they had added pause to PoE 1, but still at the same time I feel like PoE 1's like it's not the kind of game I really care about as much. I think PoE 1 has I still think PoE 1 has power creep issues that haven't really been fixed, and since 3.25 had power creep issues is a relatively big problem, it's gonna get worse in 3.26, I think. So, just say, I'll have fun by just playing wacky stuff. Not like, I'm not gonna look for a strong build. I'm not gonna look for like the god build, that kind of thing. Or I'm just trying to pretty much make builds at under 30 to 50 div budget, and then once I'm gotten it to a relatively good point, I'll just move on to do something else. And play another build or something. We'll see whether or not this league maintains my interest throughout the whole period of the league. Yeah. Anyway, see you guys. I'm out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, however short it was. It's just been 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes. See you guys. Bye.